Welcome back to another deep dive within the mind, my friends. Welcome back. Don't mind this. I'm just wearing this because it's a little bit chilly in my room. The heater's not working as well, so I'm just chilling with this. So you gotta chill with me too, you know. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the effects that people have on people, like the influences that people have on each other. This is why I truly understand introversion now. Like, the reason why, back when I was a kid, I didn't understand why I was so quiet, and I didn't really, I wasn't like a fiend to try to socialize. I was like more in my own space. But now I truly understand it. It's because people come with energy. They have their storyline or their narrative. It's like there's people have influences on us in subtle ways that we might not be conscious of. And I've noticed this with the type of groups of people that I hang out with, right? Like when in high school, I was hanging out with people that was more like gangster, like, yeah, man, do this, that, you be pushing weight on the block, we doing this, we, trying to be a gangster, having that whole image of in some gang and shit, like. And honestly, it didn't rock with my soul, because that whole culture was, like when I would talk to them, I would talk about big things. I would talk about big plans, like, yo, we should be on some Jewish shit where we put our money together and then we invest in some this and we invest in that, like I'm on some like big picture, big plan stuff, and I'm trying to like have us all work together. But they weren't on that frequency, because it's like it felt like every time I was talking on that type of timing, it's like I was Charlie Brown's parents to them. They were like, wah 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 wah. Yeah, whatever. Yo, bro, who got the Henny? Who got the Don Julio? Like, who got the weed? Who got the... It's like they don't really focus on a plan. So the conversation was very surface level. It was just very like, yo, let's talk about what's happening in social media. Let's talk about, yo, that 6ix9ine nigga, damn, that nigga is whack. Yo, he a fake gangster. Like, we don't talk about things that actually matter, right? And then when I'm around people who are focused on building themselves, like people who are motivated in life and really doing something for themselves, they will have a lot of opportunities going on for themselves. Like, even just by association, just by, knowing them, they could put you on to, like, I've been around people with wealth and they've given me information that the common person doesn't know. But because they like my personality or they like the conversation, they would give me information that helped with my progress greatly. Like, if I had not known that, or I would have to go through like some long process to figure this out, but just by their experience, they just, So now it got me thinking about the types of people in life, right? The types of people that are focused on different things in life, and how do I differentiate between these people, because they can affect your energy, right? So there's this example that I saw a long time ago. There's a cup that's filled to the halfway point with water, right? And there's two ways you can look at this. You can either look at this cup as half filled, or you can look at it as half empty. And those are the two types of people in life. The people who look at the cup half empty are the pessimistic type of people who have a pessimistic outlook, like, oh, it's not enough, we don't have enough water, it's not filled to the brim. And then you have the optimistic side that's grateful that there's water in the cup in the first place, that, oh, it's half filled with water. Now, these two perceptions create two different narratives or two thought patterns in life, a negative and a positive. The people who see the cup half empty only see the negatives in life. They only see what they can't do, what is not possible, right? And they're limited in their thoughts. They're limited in their way of expression. Like, if you were abandoned on an island with a person who thought like this, they would just give up. They would just like, oh man, it's hopeless. But the cup half full person is going to look at what they can do in the situation and make use of what they have in the situation. Build a raft, build a hut, build something, try to catch some fish, try to build a SOS sign, try to look for planes, try to, you know what I mean? Try something. So what's the purpose of understanding these concepts? It's because birds of a feather flock together, okay? Birds of a feather flock together. That is facts. That I've heard that ever since I was a kid, and I hated that. Like, when I was a kid, I hated that because it's like, man, I could mess with this person and not like follow him. But slowly I realized I started adopting the same traits that other people were doing, and I was losing myself in the crowd and stuff. And I was like, whoa, that is prophecy. Birds of a feather do flock together. So if you hang out with people that think the cup is half empty, the pessimistic people of life, that will rub off on you. That pessimism is gonna rub off on you. That negative, like, the jokes and you remember the incel video where they were just all clowning each other. Oh, he shit his pants again. Haha, that's so funny. Like, what? You know what I mean? But in their little culture of things, that becomes the humor. That becomes the humor is self-destruction. Because when I started hanging out with the right type of people, my life elevated. I started seeing life from a different angle, like life that I've never knew it before, because it's like association with people can keep you at a certain frequency. I really think of our minds as like radios. It's like radio stations. Like, you ever played around with the radio and you go through the little static stations and stuff? I feel like our minds are like that. It's like there's certain radio stations of thought that certain people can tune into, but others can't, right? And it depends on your level of focus. And that's what I feel like when it comes to like conversating with different types of people. When you conversate with people of a lower frequency, they're not gonna hear what you're saying. Like you're just talking like Charlie Brown's parents, like wah 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 wah. Where's the fun? What we doing tonight? You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to hear all of that stuff because they're at a lower frequency. But then you come around people at a higher frequency, they're like, they catch the conversation and they're like, oh yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Yeah. And then it progresses from there. And then when I revisit the old paradigm that I used to have, like the old mindset and stuff, it's like I was just disconnected from it. I just couldn't relate no more. I couldn't, like, the same things they talk about. What is the point? Why are we talking about this? And it's not like I'm on some meticulous thing, like, oh, you gotta discuss the geo-economical, political state of the world. Like, I'm not on that type of timing, bro. It's just, let's have some substance, bro. Like, we talk about bullshit all the time. Let's have some substance once in a while. Let's talk about some real shit. Let's have a heart to heart. You know what I mean? Let's talk about something real. But what I've noticed is that when you try to talk on something real and authentic, it's like getting to the problem of things, and it's like resolving and the way how culture is, how would I say it? It's like people fall in love with their problems, bro. Like, they don't want to change. They don't want to evolve. They don't want to mature. They want to stay complaining about the same things, stay talking about the same things, stay doing the same things. It's like, I mean, hey man, that's cool, but it's just not my frequency no more. That's just not what I resonate with no more. I don't see the point in that anymore. It's like, I didn't have no falling out with them on the block. It's just, we just grew more and more distant. Like, the conversation was more and more further apart. And then I just was like, okay, I got new friends. Like, we're chilling with some hippies now. But yeah, man, birds of a feather flock together. Let me know your experiences of this prophecy playing out in your life. It might be a little bit more interesting than what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody's life experience is very unique. Comment down below, like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and I'll catch you on the next one.